100% right, every time. The McClaskey Excellence Institute brings you The Operations Experts, a podcast with hosts David McClaskey and Billy Schaefer. Delight your customers, reduce errors, and increase repeat business. Take your operations from ordinary to extraordinary. Welcome, everyone, to the Operations Experts podcast. And it's our privilege today to be able to talk to Trace Miller, the founder and CEO of Konala.
Yeah, welcome to the show,
Thanks
Trace.
for having me. Appreciate it.
And Trace, can you tell us some about Konala? What's your size? Where you're headed?
Yeah, Konala is a healthy fast food restaurant chain. So we've currently got 3 stores open in Idaho and Washington. And we just partnered with FranSmart just this last year. Started selling franchises in February. We've got over 20 stores in development and one pipeline that'll post over 30 more in development.
Oh, wow. And that's great. So you're working with Dan Rowe and FranSmart. I mean, that's terrific.
Yep. So it's my first time growing something this size, first time franchising a brand. I had another concept that was a bar, food truck, and we got out of that, sold that last year. We started Konala in May 1st of 2023. And this one, we already got deals that are coast to coast and franchising this thing to change the way that Americans view traditional fast food. So our mission is to make eating healthy as delicious and convenient as possible.
I love that. It sounds like you're going to teach everybody how to get rid of, what's that diet called? The SAD diet, the standard American diet. Just such a tragic name for it, but glad that you're going down that healthy road. And you're going from 3 to 20 this year. So I'm glad the first time you're really taking it easy and not being aggressive. Obviously, when you're going that type of road, you got to have a plan. So tell me about some of the strategic planning that you're doing to go from that to 20 in the blink of an eye.
Yeah. So the partnership with FranSmart was, they've done this with many brands before. So, they grew Five Guys, Qdoba, Halal Guys, Paymore stores, early investors in Kava, Sweet Green. So they've been there, done that. That was part of the partnership choice there with them was, I wanted to learn some of the mistakes before we make them. Learn from the people that have already done that, grown plenty of concepts to that size. I believe all of the partnerships with all of their brands combined equals over 5,000 stores open. So it's an amazing number. So one of the, they specialize in real estate, site selection, making sure, everyone, the old saying of location. That's one of the most important things. So they've helped teach us the entire process of getting franchise stores open, refining our process of getting our stores open. So it all starts with real estate, the data collection, finding the best spot, and then fine-tuning the systems to get people open on time and maintain that brand consistency across the entire country. We're learning from them, learning from you guys. They were nice enough to make the intro as well. So that's how I met you guys and started working with McClaskey as well.
Oh, I love that. And I know when we've talked before that you're really trying to be identified as that QSR, not so much of the fast casual. Like what's that steps? What's the goals you're taking to really get to be understood in that world?
Yeah. So there's, the stats that CDC put out in 2024 was that there's 74% of Americans are overweight, 42% are obese, 90% have a protein deficient diet. So our mission of making healthy eating as delicious and convenient as possible there's 2 aspects. There's the reason that we picked that mission was that to eat healthy, it's got to taste good. People don't want to just think like salads or realize that they're even eating healthy. It starts with education. So our priority with our menu is high protein. So our bowls average, we serve rice bowls. So chicken, steak, chicken and rice bowls, the fruit, vegetable toppings, all that kind of stuff. Couple of snacky options, drinks. Our drinks are healthy as well, but it's all got to taste good. So our bowls average 45 grams protein and just under 600 calories. So it's a well-balanced diet, and it's all sourced from whole foods. So you're not getting it through processed foods. It's getting actual chicken, rice, vegetables, stuff that we're prepping in-house or having co-packers make for us. So the delicious part of our mission, it's got to taste good. The other aspect that answers your question a little bit more is the convenience. So, those stats I just told you about the CDC, I believe that fast food, traditional fast food, is to blame for a lot of that. It's just too easy. It's too convenient to be able to, no one plans to get a meal at McDonald's. That's not a date night at the end of the day. You're tired, you're hungry, you just got off a long day at work. You don't have any food at home. You forgot to go grocery shopping. You're driving home, you see those golden arches and you pull in. So it's just too convenient, too easy to eat healthy. So to really impact change and offer a healthier option, we have to be just as fast, just as convenient as those traditional QSR concepts. So it's got to be a good location and we got to be fast. So we pick good locations and we have a drive-through at all of our locations as well. We may do some urban backfill locations, where this drive-through is not allowed, but the majority of our focus is going to be on the drive-through. So that traditional drive-through, there's other concepts. Chipotle has their Chipotle lanes. Cava, Sweet Green, you could go and pick up at a couple of locations. They have like a drive-through pickup lane, but you can't actually order at them. It's just mobile order ahead, online ordering, and then you pick up at the drive-through. Ours, it's face-to-face ordering, just like Seven Brew, Dutch Bros, Chick-fil-A, In-N-Out. You're ordering from a person. That allows us to have that great customer service experience that all the top drive-through brands have. And then the drive-through, we're fast. We have a simple menu that's created for scale and created to be just as quick as traditional QSR concepts. And that's the key there as well. So it's got to taste good. It's got to be served fast in a drive-through. And that's how we can compete with the traditional fast food brands.
Love it.
That sounds like such a great concept and such a great purpose. Let's help make America healthy. So I think that's fantastic. And I know you're an Achieving World-Class Results alumni. And can you tell us about an operations hurdle that you're faced and how the Achieving World-Class Results class and what you learned there helped you?
When we first started opening, we were too slow. We were more of like a fast casual with a drive-through. So we just weren't as fast. I mean, we're still quick. We were averaging under 4 minutes fulfillment time. So from the time that they place their order to when they receive it. But there were some systems that were a little bit too complicated. Menu was a little bit too complex to be able to serve that high quality product with bowls made to order as quickly as we needed to. So you guys helped us to realize some of those things. We have changes that are being made over the next 3 to 6 months that are even further improving all of that. But one of the big things that we focused on throughout the class with you guys was to improve our order taking process in the drive-through. So even just the way that we talk to people, our script, our expected outcomes, and how we track all of that order taking process has already improved our wait times. And our new target is under 2-minute fulfillment time and under 30-second average time to take somebody's order. We're not quite there yet. We have to wait till some of these changes go in place in about 3 months, but we've already improved it over 30 seconds on average. And we have a little bit more clear structure of training for that drive-through order taking process. And I believe that with that system and these couple of operational changes, that we'll be able to accomplish that under 2-minute fulfillment time and under 30-second average order taking time.
Oh, that is terrific. And 30 seconds, it went from what to what?
Well, I think we were averaging about a minute for our time, but when we were having a problem with new customers. So when there's a new customer that's never seen the concept before, it was a little bit too long of an explanation. There's nothing like it. So there's no other comparable brands. You go to another burger place, it's like, all right, which burger do you want? You want fries and a drink, whatever. That's kind of simple. We have a little bit of an educational curve because ours is different. There's nothing that's like this for healthy food in a drive-through. So with our new process, it's a little bit more clear, better training on how to take people through the education of our brand.
Oh, terrific. I want to pause here and let everyone know that everything you're hearing now is taught in our Achieving World-Class Results class. We would love to have you and your team in the class so we can help you reduce errors and increase repeat business. The class will enable you to take your operations from ordinary to extraordinary. Sign up now at McClaskeyExcellence.com/AWCR.
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing, and I hope everybody doesn't take lightly. When you go from 1 minute to 30 seconds, that's incredible. And I hope everybody listening to this is thinking, I mean, if you don't think that that's an incredible amount of time, sit there for 30 seconds and don't do anything and tell me you won't go crazy, because 30 seconds is a long time. Or go hold a plank and see how that extra 30 seconds makes you feel. In the class I know you took, we have all throughout the class from other people in the class, myself and David, we always look for those little nuggets of wisdom. What did you take from it? Was anything stuck out that you kind of are going to take with you?
We already had processes for everything. We have very well defined processes for our food prep, for a lot of our positional training. That one just, it was talking with you guys to see how efficient you guys worked with pals and how efficient you guys were able to get their order times down to their fulfillment times. So listening to that got me to rethink like what's possible to start with. And then one of the biggest things that we refined from our training processes from the class is expected outcomes. So our managers know what to look for. They know how to give that feedback. But one of the things that was missing mostly was the ability to self-audit. So at the expected outcomes being clearly defined so that they could know what a manager would be telling them anyways, makes the manager's job easier as well. They can know this is exactly what they're going to tell me rather than waiting for the manager to actually tell them.
Love that.
Oh, that's terrific. And Trace, can you tell us one process that you've taken to 100% as a result of the AWCR class?
Yeah, so we're not quite at 100% because of some of the operational changes, but I would say that drive-through process is as close as it could be before we have made the rest of those changes. So with what the staff is working with currently, it has improved, and they are operating that 100% of the time to exactly what we expect. Once we enable them a little bit further with a couple of these other changes in a few months, then I believe that'll be a really easy, seamless transition, and they'll be more empowered to hit their KPIs that we're expecting.
Oh, wow.
That's terrific.
Yeah, and that's with QSR and our face-to-face ordering, we're not looking to swap out for AI and replace people in the drive-through. I like to automate as much of the kitchen as possible, but people still want to order from people. We still have optionality for digital ordering for kiosks, but many people still like to order from a person. So we have the optionality to pick from either. That was actually something that we've implemented kiosks as well as part of this to enable the people to focus more on customer service. But it's so important with having a drive-through. So that was probably our biggest weakness, was a more well-defined system there. I mean, they're outside taking orders with tablets, so there's not a manager on their hip. There's not always someone there to check what they're doing. So having a very clearly defined process that they can self-audit in the drive-through by themselves without anyone over their shoulder, that was the most important thing that we got from the class.
Yeah, that whole idea that you're enabling each employee to get it 100% right. So they're the ones doing it, and it sounds like you're doing a great job with it.
Oh,
Yeah, it's been fantastic. They've actually bought into it pretty quickly. There's when you make a large change, then there's usually going to be some fight back. There's a little skepticism. Our managers started by proving it out themselves, figure out what we didn't know about it. And then now everyone's bought in. They really enjoy our new process.
Well, I'm
So
glad
the whole idea of designing processes for 100% was pretty well accepted by your team members and managers?
This process, yes. Yes, there's the biggest thing that we would have issues on operationally was waiting for a manager to give feedback. So really that self-auditing thing, the more clearly defined expected outcomes was the biggest thing that we got from it. And we have full buy-in. I mean, we focus on store culture a lot. We hire for personality. We could train the job. None of our managers had at any level, at store manager, district manager, regional manager, none of them had any restaurant management experience before becoming a restaurant manager for us. And that's with clearly defined processes that we're able to help train them to that. So if we're able to hire off of personality and competition, I would say I'm very competitive. All of our managers are very competitive people. We say gamify everything.
Yeah.
We make everything into a game. So we had a review campaign that we were trying to get a little bit higher reviews, and we give rewards based off of the performance pay and rewards based off of performance and expected outcomes, and that's how we get a lot better buy-in into the processes. And this review campaign, they got over 300 reviews in just a few weeks at one of the stores, because they were setting bars for themselves and making a really fun game out of it. So with a really competitive team and a culture like that, we're able to have a lot faster buy-in for new processes.
Oh, I love that. I'm so glad you got the fast buy-in. Well, and it's not always just smooth sailing when you go to this 100% mentality, but you all seem like you were close. So what challenges did you have for the team when you were trying to implement this to 100%?
Yeah, it's usually just anything new is gonna bring challenges. It's just training, repetition. So one of the things that I would say that we struggle with, same as anybody else, would be you implement something new, anything additional, and it's just outlasting it being done the wrong way until it is to that 100%. So we're working on it. We have a call later today with you guys that, we're talking about how to make an even better train the trainer program. And that's going to be what most franchise owners, what most store owners, as we expand rapidly, as we scale quickly. One of the most important things is training trainers, training managers, regional, district, all different levels. And to do that, it's really just the same thing. This is the expected outcome. And then what's the gap between where you are and where we need you to be? How do we get you there? And so that'd be the struggle, but it's not really an ongoing struggle. It's something that we just have to do. Everyone has to do it. And I'm excited to continue training with you guys and get everyone up to 100%.
Oh, we love that.
Oh, great. Great to have you after the AWCR class, then do the follow-up consulting. So it was a pleasure to work with you before, during, and after the class. So it's great to work with you. Absolutely dedicated to excellence and fantastic.
Yeah. And then,
so go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead. I was just saying that the other thing that I had not talked about, like for the rapid growth, it's not just adding new stores. We also have an aggressive growth campaign within our open stores. So we just crossed a 2 million average unit volume. Our trailing 6-month average per store was like 1. So it's pretty high volume stores. So when you make these changes, it's it's a lot to change while you're doing really high volume. And our new target is a 3 million AUV over the next 2 years.
Wow.
So it's a large growth, aggressive goal. And to do that, I think that the one of the most important parts of that is to have really clear expected outcomes. So the speed, I believe, is going to be one of the things that gets us there. That's why we picked that process with you guys, and why I want to do the continued training. Is I think that the difference, the gap between where we are and where we want to be, same as with training expected outcomes, is speed and clear communication. So the training on that's what's going to get us to the next level, even though we've already had pretty impressive results.
That is true. So you're going from 1.1 million to 3 million.
Well, 1.1 in 6 months. So we're over 2 million AUV going for 3. So the 1.1 million was our trailing 6-month AUV.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we just got all the
that's almost a 50% increase from 2 to 3 then.
Exactly. Incredible. Yeah, so it's an aggressive goal, but I think that taking your guys' class was part of one of the things that got me to rethink what's possible. With a little bit more clearly defined expected outcomes and training, then that's the gap between this and that number. So it's really going to be a huge part of what enables us to get to even the next level.
Oh, that is fantastic. It's great to see what you're doing with these role model practices. It's fantastic. And doing a great job with it. During the podcast, we always like to give all our guests an opportunity. What one operation question would you like to ask us?
Oh boy, what have I not asked you guys?
Okay, well, that's true.
I've taken a lot of you guys' time asking a lot of questions there. I guess one of the biggest things that we've been talking about that we're going to have ongoing, um, is, there's at every level that you pass down information, things get watered down. So I guess what have you guys seen that is the most important thing going from a founder, a CEO, a COO, whatever level,
Hmm.
all the way down to store manager? There's district managers, regional managers, area
Mm-hmm.
managers between them and store managers. Um, what's the secret to getting less
Yeah.
watered down information all the way down to the store level?
There's two parts that I can kind of help you with. Is the first is you got to consolidate the conversations, and this is and this will kill most founders because the founder's brain is, I always call, and this is meant as a positive thing, is the shiny object babies. It's like, what's over here, what's over there, I need to do this, I need to do that, no, we need to grow over here. And what happens then is you bounce your ideas off the regional, because that's what you're doing. The founder goes to their vice presidents, and now all of a sudden the vice president's thinking about 27 things at one time because, well, I got to know what Trace is doing, but I also have to communicate this. And then they talk to their people. And as you go down, you now have, when you get to the bottom, 4 million ideas floating about. So what we found is to get the message and to have trickle down training, I guess we would call that, to be really effective, think less. And as the founder, only communicate the necessary things to the next level. Like if your brain is just thinking and you're getting deep into the world of what you want to do and how you want to grow, keep it to yourself and let the rest of the team really focus on those one or two focuses instead of being the shiny objects, because the founder's supposed to be looking at shiny objects. Everybody else is supposed to be just doing what they're thinking as far as the operations. And when they have one thing to think about, then you don't have that telephone variance game as when you're inputting all these different wild, cool things that are about to happen.
It's like what they say that people can only focus on three things.
Mm-hmm.
The rule of threes: never give more than three things to focus on at a given time.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's most people don't memorize phone numbers anymore. But if you remember how you say a phone number, it's da 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 da. Three parts. And so it kind of proves what you're talking about is people remember three things pretty well.
That's gold.
Yeah, I love that. So, I mean, what about in your all's world? What's that biggest challenge you all have? What's the thing that you're like, I got to fix that in your operations?
It's just the train the trainer. I think that's where we could improve as we make some of these additional changes. But
Hmm.
honestly, I love our systems, our team,
Hmm.
and we don't have that many issues. I guess. I mean, I don't really have that much store level involvement. I've got an amazing team that does
Hmm.
all of that. Great managers, great trainers. The most important thing is the store level. So all of the managers that are above store level, they really just support the store manager. They enable them to do
Mm-hmm.
more. So this train the trainer is just an additional tool that we could refine. And I think it's the biggest one that we don't have to 100%. I would say that we have training programs for the trainers. We have
Mm-hmm.
good ideas for it, but there's always just the little something that's not quite well defined for what the expected outcome is. That's where we could improve, and that's why I'm really excited to continue improving with you guys.
Well, I love that. We plan on developing that system with you, and I know we're talking later today to really start getting down into that. So we're gonna have some fun with training the trainer for
It'd be a
sure.
blast. Yeah, I know that my team's excited for it. They've already got the buy-in. They've already seen the improvement from implementing the drive-through system with you guys. It's really just they're clamoring for more. So
Wow.
it's going to be really fun.
Oh, I mean, that's so and the whole idea of the journey, it's the idea of, okay, we just keep going because you never get to the top. It's, look, well, we're great. How can we be greater? And
Mhm.
the fact that that's your natural orientation is just fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as you ask like what's the current struggle, I'd say that's just the thing that we have identified that could improve next. And as soon
Mhm.
as we
Mhm.
have that to 100%, we'll find something else. So it's just
Mhm.
always trying to find your bottom 10%, whatever anywhere that you can improve.
Mhm.
And that's what we're never going to stop looking for. What's the next thing that we can improve on?
Oh, and that's one of the real marks of excellence is that, yeah, we're always looking ideas for us and ideas from other people. And I know you have read a huge amount of some top-notch business books and thoughts, and you're always learning. So who's your favorite author, expert, or thought leader?
For this specifically, I would say that there's so many different ones, but we have an actual required book list for our managers, for our franchise owners, and they're what has helped shape our corporate values. So it really depends on what somebody's struggling with. So if someone's struggling with taking accountability for their own actions, then Extreme Ownership by Jocko Willink. That's a great one. A recent one that we added, the most recent edition, is a book called Twin Thieves. It's a book that, have you guys read that? Oh man, it's fantastic. So it's basically the fear of failure and the fear of judgment is what holds most people back. So once you get them to realize that we have, one of our values is there's no such thing as mistakes, just learning opportunities as long as you learn from them. And we're not judging to judge or to belittle or to put people down. We're judging for performance and how to improve. And when they realize that or read this book, it's a really good one that they can feel empowered to make mistakes, go out and try things, and that's how you improve. There's another book that's kind of similar to that called The Obstacle is the Way by Ryan Holiday, that by actually making mistakes and running into obstacles, that's actually how you reach your goals. For this specifically, for training and this conversation, two of my favorites are Unreasonable Hospitality and Setting the Table.
Oh wow, the Danny Myers book. Oh, fantastic.
Yeah. Well, and then Unreasonable Hospitality is Will Guidara. That's he was a mentor to Will Guidara. Danny Meyer was. So he ran 11 Madison Park. They won best restaurant in the entire world, based out of New York, and that was originally a Danny Meyer restaurant that they bought from him and grew to being the number one restaurant in the world. That is an amazing book for anyone in any business, not just restaurants. I got to see him speak in person too, and in a business group of about 80 people. And there was only myself and one other that were in restaurants, and yet out of all of the speakers, he was everyone's favorite, no matter what industry they're in, just for providing unreasonable hospitality, training systems, expected outcomes, and how to go above and beyond to the customer.
Oh, it's such a great book. And I fell in love with the fact that he sold the book with a workbook, because he realized that this wasn't just a read and put down. Like, no, you're going to take some notes. You're going to get really into this. And it's such a phenomenal way that he has presented it as a learning opportunity, not just, hey, read this and buy my book. And that's awesome. Trace, you've given us such great info today, and we truly appreciate you joining us. You've been such a great guest, and I hope everybody else has learned just as much as we have from you today.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys having me.
Yeah, well, we appreciate being working with you the whole time, and it's great working with leaders that are absolutely dedicated to excellence like you are. And thank you so much for taking your time on the podcast to share your knowledge and wisdom with others.
Yeah, thanks for having me on here. Excited to keep working with you guys.
Awesome.
We're looking forward to it as well.
All right. And for everybody else, just so you know that new episodes are going to drop the first and third Monday of every month, and look forward to more great leaders like Trace to learn from and share their insights on the industry. We'll talk to you soon. Operations Experts was created by McClaskey Excellence Institute. Hosts were David McClaskey, president of McClaskey Excellence Institute, and Billy Schaefer, vice president of McClaskey Excellence Institute. The podcast was produced and edited by Kate Craig of Kate Craig Consulting. New episodes drop the first and third Monday of every month on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Audible, Amazon Music. Find us online at McClaskeyExcellence.com and register for our Achieving World-Class Results course to enable your organization to deliver exactly what you promised every time using extraordinary operations.